that for the wood stove. You got it. Yeah. It's not for me. It's for you.
One of the many strange things we have to do during the day is window maintenance. You can see our windows get full of condensation just due to our cabin. You can see other videos where we go into that, but just something I have to do multiple times a day. It's not a big deal. Just get rid of the condensation.
Good job! Clean up, pick up, put away. Clean up every day. Good job! Good job! So now I need to start doing my dishes. If you're curious about our hot water system, I have another video on that. That's our hot water heater. So if you want to check that out and see how we get our hot water, that's the video for you. Anyways, on to dishes. Turn my pump on. And we're off.
So the whole time I was filming that, doing dishes, I thought he was being good over here. Oh. You, mister. Did you make a mess? I've been doing dishes for about 20 minutes, and my water bucket underneath here is full. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out so we don't get water all over our floor. Gotta time outside time appropriately so little man doesn't get too bored in his crib. Look. Okay. Head out to the outhouse since we're already outside. Bust into our stacked and split cords of firewood finally. But it's into January and we have only gone through one cord, so that's pretty exciting. Outhouse time. I always spend a little bit of time just taking in the silence and the view. All right, so now we're gonna make some lunch and Dawson's gonna help. Hi, Dawson. So typically we have sourdough bread, but I killed my sourdough making some awesome sourdough bread bowls for moose chili. And I'm currently remaking sourdough starter for the first time, so we're gonna try that in a little bit here too. So now we're eating cheater bread machine bread. And we're gonna make peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly inside a cabin. Time to munch your lunch. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Lunchtime. I made this bread yesterday. and it's still so good. I love my sourdough, but cheater white bread out of a bread machine is still so good. Little man's taking his little lunchtime cat nap, so I thought I would show you what I'm gonna do with my starter while we wait for him to wake up. Okay, so I know earlier in the video I said that I killed my sourdough starter. I didn't kill it. I used all of it making some really good sourdough bread bowls for my moose chili. So I'm making my own sourdough starter for the first time today. Never done it. We're gonna see how it goes. I am using this book right here, Artisan Sourdough, written by Emil Rafa. It's an amazing book. I've never made sourdough before. I honestly had never even made regular bread without a bread machine before I moved to Alaska, so I had no idea what I was doing. I actually got this book at a raffle, basically. So anyway, it's been a great book. So I started my sourdough 2 days ago using my wheat flour and water, and it's been sitting for 2 days. It's bubbly, as you can see there. So now day 3 in the book, it says that I need to feed it. So that's what we're gonna do. So first I need to take half of it out, discard half of it. So that's what I'm gonna do, and try not to get a ton of it on the side of my jar, because I hate that. Yeah, I'm putting it in a bag because I have to burn trash. And this stuff is really sticky usually, and this is really sticky, so. Now, I'm gonna take my flour. Store-bought flour, guys. No matter what, living off-grid in Alaska, you still have to buy flour. I guess unless you make your own, which kudos to you if you do that. It says to add half a cup of all-purpose flour now. I used wheat flour before, so to start it. So there's half a cup of that. And then it says to use a 1/4 cup of water. And here we go. So when I got my book, it came with a sourdough starter that someone had started. I don't know who started it. It was like a little gift package type thing. And so, like I said, I was using that starter until I used all of it up making those bread bowls. They're so good, though. I just had to make them and use all my starters. So we're starting from scratch, and we're going to see how it goes. So I know from having sourdough starter before and from the book that there's not enough water in here. I'll see if I can move this so you can see it. Oh, Dawson woke up. It's okay, baby. I'm right here. So I'm going to add just a little bit more water real quick and get this mixed up. And then we'll go and get Dawson so we can go outside, baby. Okay, that looks a lot better. In this book, it says that the texture should resemble thick batter or plain yogurt at this point. And I think that's where we're at. And that looks like sourdough starter to me. If you haven't seen what it looks like, that's about what it looks like typically. So we'll go with that. I'm going to scrape down the sides real quick and it'll be done. Okay. And now that's going to rest for another 24 hours. And then we'll go to the next step. And we'll see what happens. How's your lunch? Num num? Yeah? Are you ready to go outside and play? Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, before we go outside, typically I like to start a little laundry so that way I can dump my water while we're outside. I want to do a whole video going over our washing machine, but this is just a quick, brief thing on it. You do need power for this. I want to go over our power system that we have because obviously we are off grid. We don't have power here, but we have a power system, so to speak. So I'm going to go over that soon as well. I'm sorry I haven't done it yet. Fill your tub with the clothes you want to wash, which this is too much. You have to do really small loads, so that's why I try to do laundry like every day. Otherwise, it's too hard to keep up between 3 people. And so now we just let this fill up with water while we get Dawson ready to go outside. So while it's filling up with water, I put my detergent in there too. Definitely don't use a lot because you'll never get the soap out of your clothes. Now that the water's full, I just turn my little dial here and it just spins everything in there. So it's really more of a spin machine than a washing machine, but it does the job. Now for the fun part, getting Dawson dressed to go outside. Come here, Peanut. Come here. Yeah, come here, you. You go outside and play? Are you excited? Yeah. All right, kiddo. So I got him this snowsuit. It's super thick, by the way, so don't worry that he's cold. It's not too cold of a day outside. Typically, if it's really cold, I'll layer him more, but today it's 15 degrees out, so it's warm out. Some of you are probably like, that's freezing cold. Up here, that's like hot. Okay. 1 foot in. 2 foot in. Okay, Peanut. Here we go. Come here. Good job. Okay. Getting babies dressed is so much fun. Okay. Lucky for me, he's really good because he is used to going outside. Even when he was an infant and a newborn, I would get him all bundled up and I had a little carrier and I'd put him inside my coat and because I needed to get outside and we both needed fresh air. We are obviously conscious of the cold. If it's too cold to go outside, we don't. But any day that it's warm enough, we try to get outside as much as possible. Huh, baby? Yeah, as much as possible. Okay, there we go. Second boot in. All right, kiddo, you excited? You excited? Are we gonna go play in the snow? Are we gonna go play in the snow? All right, get one arm in. There's one arm in. There's 2 arms in. Okay. These mittens are awesome. They're called elbows, like the letter L and bows. I found them on Amazon. They were great. I already did break them, so they're like 2 cinch points, one at the wrist and one at the elbow, and you gotta really get them tight, and they all broke. So now I just save the strings and I tie the top ones on, which honestly works better that way. You can get them way tighter and they stay on better. Keeping gloves on kids is really hard. For anybody who has kids, they know. You're gonna knock the phone down, kiddo. Yeah, you excited? Yeah? There's one done. One done? Yeah! Easy. Hold on, I'm almost there. Hold on. Okay. So there we go. Sit up. You're already eating it. Get your hat on. Okay. There we go, kiddo. There we go, kiddo. Make sure we get down around your ears and up. Good job, babe. Good job, babe. Okay. All right. Now we're all set. Here we go. You excited? Are we outside? So now that we're outside, Mama has some chores to do while Dawson plays, so I'll take you along for some outside chores. First things first, I need to get the generator out so that we can have power.
Yeah. Are you having fun? Now our house is plugged in and charging. Yeah. You might be asking, why is there a generator in the house? We live in Alaska. It's too cold for generators to stay outside, so they gotta come in when they aren't running so that they stay warm and run. Let's head over and get some wood. Come on, Dustin. Sorry for the generator noise. I'm sure you guys are like, I don't want to hear peaceful, quiet Alaska, but this is life. We can get some wood. You can see how my husband stacked this, kinda. He made like pillars on the outside that kind of hold up the structure, and then all the wood stacked in the middle, if that makes sense. It's pretty cool. Little handy dandy firewood bag. Works pretty good. So, something about tarp firewood. See all this ice and snow? There was no snow on this wood when it was tarp. But just know, if you're gonna store your wood like under a tarp like we are, it's gonna be full of ice and full of snow and be kind of a pain to deal with. So keep that in mind. You see the bird? Hi, sweetie. You gonna come help Mama? Come here. Hi. You helping? Are you helping? Yeah? So that's about what we can fit in the house at this point. So I'm gonna take this inside. So now we're back inside and we gotta drain our water out of here, out of our wash machine. You watching? So everything's drained into the buckets and we need to refill this with water and repeat and do it all over again, because typically I'll run it twice to get all the soap out, and then I'll run it through the spin dryer, which I'll show you that too. Come on, Dustin. Yeah. Let's go dump buckets, huh? Ready to go back outside? Here we go. Next thing we gotta do is go to our general store. We gotta get some paper towels. General store is what we call our trailer. Trailer is our storage unit. It's all the wood Justin's been splitting with our new splitting maul, since our other one literally shattered when it was cold out. Yeah, your splitting maul will literally shatter. It's so cold here. So we have a bunch of storage stuff, dry goods stuff that can be frozen and whatnot. But I need to get paper towels, so. All right, so we got that. But yeah, this is the trailer that we made in Montana. It's Justin. Storage stuff, more books and movies, and like I said, dry goods, clothes. When you live in a tiny space, you can't store everything. There's little man waiting on Mama. Whoop. for a little walk down the road. Yeah. Get away from the generator noise and just go for a little walk and explore, huh, Dustin? Yeah. Yeah, bud. And cloudy today. It's like that a lot in Alaska. Some of you are probably wondering if I carry while I'm out here. And the answer is absolutely. I absolutely carry. I have a compact 1911 style Desert Eagle that I keep on me at all times out here. It's 45, loaded with hollow points. And no, it's not for bears. It's for moose. This is actually a moose track that came through the other day right at the end of our driveway. Yeah, and it's more to scare the moose than anything else, because I know that a 45 bullet's not going to stop one. But unfortunately, I'd have to sacrifice my dog, who's very afraid of gunshots and would run the other direction in hopes the moose would chase him and not me and my son. All right, guys, so now that I've drained the rest of the water out, it's completely out, I need to put all the clothes into the little dry thing. It's tiny. This is the dryer. It's just a spinner. It's like those ones you'd see at like a community pool or whatever. You spin your swimsuit dry. It just gets the water out of it, is really it. And then I still have to hang dry everything after that. So I've already done it a couple times because obviously this is one pair of my pants. And I'm a little person. So you have to spin it quite a few times to get everything in your load done. But it works. Well, now it's full. So then I just push this down. This down. It's got a little dial. It spins it for 5 minutes is all it does. It vibrates like crazy. But then once it gets going, it's fine. And then any excess water from that will drain out. Another daily chore we have that's a little unique is we burn our trash. It's the trash barrel. In the wintertime, it's not such a big deal. There's snow everywhere. Obviously, I keep an eye on it, stir it up, that sort of thing. I also always do this with Dawson in the house so that he's not breathing in all this garbage smoke. So just a little money saving tip for you if you live off grid. You can burn your trash, saves you a dump run. So one other not so pretty aspect of off-grid living that we personally do is that in our outhouse, it's just a hole in the ground, right? So it gets full, it does drain out, but if you put toilet paper down in there, all those holes clog up and then nothing can drain out and then your hole is completely full. So we don't put our toilet paper down the hole, we put it in a little bin right here and we burn that too. So another not so pretty part about living off grid, but it has to be done. So you gotta burn your shit paper too. Cozy cabin, trash fire, peaceful. Okay, so now that we're back inside, I need to finish doing dishes from lunch and cleaning this gross thing. So I don't know, no one cares about that, so I'm gonna get that done and we'll be back to cook dinner. Now I need to get all of our old laundry off the line from yesterday, get that folded, and get our laundry for today hung up. Here we go.
all the clothes are hung up. Now I'm gonna get clothes folded. Let's get this done. All right, so we are doing fish and chips for dinner. We're doing halibut and homemade french fries. And I'm probably gonna make some macaroni and homemade mac and cheese too because it sounds good. So here we go. I don't do anything too fancy with my homemade french fries. I know that lots of people boil them, blanch them, whatever. I just cut up a potato and throw it in the oven with oil. Don't forget oil, but yeah, pretty easy recipe and they come out good enough for me. So I got my fries in here. I just rolled them in oil and then you just season them. And that's it. And throw them in the oven at 350 to 400. This thing doesn't really keep temperature very well, so somewhere in there, good enough for me. So I got my halibut cut up. I got egg wash and some crushed up saltines. That's all I do with my halibut. And then I have oil in my cast iron and some water going for some mac and cheese. So I'm just gonna throw my halibut in there and get it going. Got the halibut cooking, mac and cheese going. And that's what it looks like when it's done. All right, dinner's done. We're gonna feast.